Here are 3 additional places that you can give control, really cool ones. One is you want to get permission before you physically touch or move your child or adult. Yeah. Okay, so what do I mean about that? I mean, go ahead and hug your child, love your child, kiss your child as much as you want, right? We're not saying don't do that or don't feel that. What we're saying is when you're doing that, make sure you get permission first. So, what does that mean? That means if I'm going to go hug my adult or my child, I'm going to tell them that first, whether they're highly verbal or they're yet to be able to communicate. I still want to verbally tell them and show them that I'm about to hug them so that it's not a huge surprise. It's a definite way to give control, because sometimes when we suddenly hug our children from behind, or we touch them, or we put a jumper on them, or we pick them up and stick them in the bath, and it's whoa. So they have to get very protective about what's going to happen. What is somebody going to touch me or move me? And again, our children's sensory system is very, very different. So their experience of touch is not necessarily as comfortable and as nice as our experience of touch. So I want to give them, I don't want it to be a surprise. All right. So I want to give them control with that. So I might, before I go hug them or kiss them, on their little cheeky, right? I want to be in front of them so they can see me. Might put my hands up and say, hey, I'd love to hug you or love to kiss you on your cheek. So I'm going to verbally tell them. I'm going to have some kind of physical gesture. I'm going to be in front of them. Then I'm going to pause because I'm going to be looking and listening for their response. So if they've yet to say a word, I might be looking for their response. Are they moving away from me? Are they tensing up? Are they moving towards me? It's going to give me an indication of whether they're saying yes or whether they're saying no. If they're highly verbal, I'll be looking for that too, because there's no guarantee they're going to answer me. Or I'm going to be listening too for a yes or a no. If they're not clearly moving away and they haven't said yes or no, I might move slowly. Okay, so you haven't said yes or no, but you're not moving away. So I'm going to take that as a yes, and they're going to move slowly towards them. And I'm still looking for their yes or no. And if they don't move away from me, I'm going to give them a little kiss or a little hug. So I've given them a chance to say no. I've looked for their yes and no. I've looked for their consent. And yes, this is going to take longer. Absolutely, it's going to take longer, but it's going to help your children relax because they know that when they're with you, they're always going to know before you move them, touch them, or change their clothing or do anything physical to them. They're going to know, so they don't have to be on high alert wondering if that's going to happen. They don't have to be moving away from you to protect themselves physically. Okay. It's going to be great.